All right, here we go. Already the chesty is kind of shaky. I preferred it to be tighter than that. But let's see if I can do 8-minute miles. I don't know how much I can talk, because at 8-minute miles at this age, it's going to be hard. Already need to go to the bathroom again. That's beautiful. The goal is to beat the battery. My goal is to get 15 miles out before the battery dies. And boy, I'm sure this camera is shaking like crazy. On the left, I got an orange for the second half. So about mile 7, stop popping the orange. Okay, I'm good. No, I'm not. Here we go. He's barking. He comes, but he's late. That's pretty mild compared to what I usually have to deal with. Okay, getting close to the mile marker. I have 4 minutes. Good. 3 minutes left to get to the mile marker. No, 1 minute and a half. 1 minute and a half to get to that pole up there. I normally don't wheeze quite this much, but I haven't been training as hard as I should. 7:10. I got 15 minutes, just 50 seconds to spare. I gotta make the next marker by 16. This is downhill. Okay, relax a little. I'm carrying 12 extra pounds. They like to play chicken. That can cause quite a mess. I had one cause a wreck with me in Stillwater before I got into racing. They don't always make the right decisions. I need to go to the bathroom again. That beet juice is starting to come out. Oh, look at these beautiful flowers. How's that to brighten up your morning jog? Okay, that was my second checkpoint. I mean, that was my other checkpoint. I'm gonna set the next one. I think I made it. Okay, made the checkpoint, but I gotta cross the road. We're gonna play Frogger / Crossy Road. If you're young, you have no idea what Frogger is. Here we go, Frogger! Boing, boing, boing. Crossy Road is available for Fire TV. I don't have anything to do with Crossy Road. I think it's free. You can try it out. I don't think there's any bad stuff in there. It's a modern version of Frogger. I find it pretty funny. Now, I technically just start pulling in on the orange because I think I'm at least halfway. I think I've hit the halfway mark. So I think I'm gonna start pulling on the orange here. There's a sprint zone coming up. Oh man, my hands are like nasty. It's hard to breathe when you're eating like that. Here comes the sprint zone. I don't have much in me. Hope that orange kicks in. Sprint zone. Up to the third sign. Rage, rage, anger. Maybe the fourth sign. Rodeo at Patria! Rodeo at Patria! Take it anymore. Rodeo et Patria. Rodeo et Patria. Oh. All my sprint is gone. And I need to use the bathroom. Just number one. I could say something, but I'm not going to, because if you're not a runner, you won't understand. But runners know a little secret about number one. I'm pretty sure I'm slacking on the pace. I'm probably dropping down below the 8 minutes per mile marker. I gotta speed this up. I'm getting distracted. I haven't taken my orange yet. I can take another slice of the orange. That was more than a slice for sure. You have to ration these things. But fortunately, I have emergency gummy bears for my daughter. Youngest daughter. Emergency gummy bears. I try to avoid sugar as much as possible because it's very bad for you. Check out Dr. Robert Lustig on YouTube for that. But this is what I would consider an emergency. It's a race against the battery. It's in a way a race to tell my daughters that they can do far more than they think they can. They don't understand that these physical barriers and limitations people are putting in front of them are artificial. So many people think, and my daughters are young, 18, 17, 12 soon to be 13, but so many people think that after they pass 40, it's all over, all downhill. There are people in their like 70s that are still doing full Ironmans, completing them. You may have, it may be a little harder for you than it was when you were in your 20s, but you can still compete. You can still stay on your top, even into your 70s and 80s in some cases. So if you're young and you're not conquering the world, something's wrong. I'm not saying you should stress yourself out, but I have some really talented daughters, and one of the things that used to really upset me about them is that they would not achieve their full potential when they were babies. They acted like me, they emulated me, they did what I asked them to, and they achieved their full potential. But when the older two got into their teen years, they really pretty much stopped copying me. They took the bad parts of me, and that's what they learned, but they didn't learn the good things about me. They did not learn the one thing that I am all about, and that is perseverance. You do not finish an Ironman and come out different on the other side of the course. If you finish an Ironman, you will be a different person by the time you finish. You can't finish an Ironman and not be different. It takes a whole, I've always been a man of perseverance, but it takes a whole lot of, I think this guy's an Army infantry officer up here. I usually stand up straighter, more straight when I cross this yard line, because I think of when I was in the National Guard and the Army Reserve, and I was a chaplain's assistant. I was also a secretary, but I preferred to be a chaplain's assistant. I got reclassified as a secretary when I got back into the Guard, and they didn't have any openings for chaplain's assistants. It's much better being a chaplain's assistant. Well, when I was a chaplain's assistant, I could run like the wind. I was even the guide on barrier. They let me be the guide on barrier for a while. That was fun, because I could run. There was no problem holding that unit flag up high and proud. Okay, 2 miles left. 22 minutes to do it in. I think I'm A-okay. Camera is still rolling. Settings. The specs can be accurate, but if you use bad settings, it can throw the test off. So I did use hyper stabilization. That may eat at the battery life. But I'm using an Enduro battery. More gastric distress. Getting very close to the finish line. 3 miles left. Less than 3 miles left. My legs are shutting down. Yeah, and there were some wolves crying in the distance because it was starting to get dark, because I was out later than I should have been. I was feeling good, and I came up to a checkpoint, and I'm like, well, there's some cars in the way. There's still an Easter sign up. That's not. I think this Easter was a long time ago. It's I don't know what time it is. What is it? It's April, January, March, April 20th. It's April 20th. So that Easter sign needs to go. I mean, I think it's great to celebrate Easter, and I probably would have been. Let me tell you something about Virtual Potter's House. The Easter sermon during the COVID lockdown that I attended Potter's House virtually, boy, their presentation was amazing. I don't have much time to shovel those gummy bears, but I gotta cross the road. I got 15 minutes to get done. Camera's still rolling. Look at these beautiful flowers. They tasted good, but I'm just like, I'm breaking down. I'm saying nasty because my hands are coated with sugar, all sticky. I think I can feel the gummy energy coming through. Let's finish those gummies. Let's end the gummies. I got one lurking in there. I can't get out. He's playing hide and seek. I dropped the gummy. Hopefully the ants will get it. Nobody will be too upset with me. If I go back and get it. I can't see it. Nope. I don't know where it is. This is not much of a deviation. It's just going to be just enough to make up for the small amount that I lost by offsetting to try to keep my camera off the neighbor's yard sale. I'm sure I'm going to get some of it, but I just don't want them to feel uncomfortable. Yeah, this is where I started. Okay, wrap around, coming back, going back. We got 3 minutes to wrap this up. I don't think I'm gonna make it. What happened? Oh my God, seriously distracted back there. Hunting for that gummy didn't help. That probably put me, that probably gave me like a 2-minute delay. So maybe I actually did cover the distance. It doesn't really matter, I just want to cover the distance. This isn't an official race. It's a race against the battery, not against to a particular destination. See, I can already see people parking for the garage sale, so I may have to cut the camera early, which is why I took that slight deviation. I don't want to cause problems. Camera is still rolling, and we're going to be cutting it here soon. $157, so $158 soon. It's 158. Okay, that should be 15 miles. It is 158.18. I'm stopping. 158.18. And I got 14% battery life, and we're gonna cut this.